Have fun. Now I'm hoping to make this thing the camera bot. How's it cruise along?
Altitude with the messenger.
Wow, very nice. Easy does it there.
I just wanted to see what it would do if you cut the throttle off on it.
Yeah, it will fall like a rock.
Those little ones will actually freeze.
Yeah, this is a little heavy for that, I think.
Oh, green light flashing on the left.
Yeah, that means your battery's getting low. It'll land.
I didn't even get it to hop all the way back.
Yeah, now it won't lift again. That's all right.
For the QR X350, the couple 7 or 8 minute flights on it. Flies like a quad, very stable, able to handle a little bit of wind once you get it trimmed out, and orientated correctly. Orientation is easy to see on it. It's got pretty good orange, green, red LEDs on it. Movement is smooth, even without any rates or expo dialed into it. Very natural if you've ever thrown any sort of quad up in the air. It shouldn't take you long to get used to this one. The intelligent control can be a little bit unnerving the first couple of times you get into it. It's a little weird to have your plane pointed at you and you push the stick forward and it still goes away, but once you get used to it, I can see it having its advantages, especially if you run camera equipment or something like that where you're wanting to stay pointed in a certain direction without having to worry about losing perspective on it. Power seems to be good. It's got plenty of up and down. It'll move around pretty good too, even a little bit of wind. Response time is good. The props will spin up real fast. The return to home function works pretty good. It's got about a 10-foot box that it'll fly in, depending on wind conditions and what kind of input you put into it. Landings are really easy. Just come off the throttle real soft, wait for it to get into the ground effect zone, and then just kill it. It'll sit down pretty nice. It does require a little bit of trim work to get it to fly correctly. We had totally opposite trims on 2 different flights, although that could be because of the calibration mode. Return to home function works, and we'll set it down pretty nicely as well. Battery life is definitely adequate on something this size. Like I said, you get about 7 or 8 minute flights on it, which is good. Without carrying too much equipment, it'll move around at a pretty good clip. All the buttons and everything seem to be pretty intuitive. Definitely like the arm and disarm feature. Quads are notorious for taking fingertips and other appendages into blades by accident. So it's always nice to have a surefire way to make sure that you're not going to run up when you're putting your hand in there.
I got to say this: other appendages and all that it implies.
Yeah, exactly. The guards on it definitely help. There's almost no way, unless you completely get it on its back somehow, for you to damage the motors or the blades or anything other than just some plastic.
The guards are optional. I recommend the option.
Yeah, definitely recommend the guards.
Only like $13 for the guards.
Yeah, unless you have some specific reason where you don't want to have them because of space
or sport flying or something.
Sport flying, yeah, then definitely go for the guard option. Legs are very sturdy. They let you bounce just a little bit when you get on the ground without doing any damage to it. But
I found it out the hard way.
Yeah, and GPS seems to work pretty well. It picks up the satellites pretty quickly. There's not a whole lot of wait time in between when you hook it up and when you can get it running. Other than that, that's
Overall, does it rock or suck?
it rocks.
All right.
Good for a quadcopter. Definitely worth spending the money on, as opposed to getting one of the more expensive ones that'll do just about everything the big ones will do, in a much cheaper, much more manageable package, and, without having to do a whole lot of work to it.
And it's readily fixable too.
Like I say, all the plastic parts seem to be available for aftermarket purchase if you do happen to mess something up. Most of them could probably fix with a little bit of duct tape or some glue or something if you happen to break something. So,
yep.
Pretty good. Definitely like it. It's lots of good feedback, good flying ability, and lots of potential.